Hey guys, quick note. This at the end of the video, I have a quick flexing video that was from day 3 when I first started the Warrior Diet. You can see it. It's at the end of the video. I forgot to upload it. I had found it when I was going through some files, and I also forgot to note that that was another benefit of high fat, low carb, and you'll see what I mean when you see the video. So, hope you enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I do high fat, low carb. Okay. And I like to call it higher fat, lower carb because I do not maintain what a lot of people tend to call high fat, low carb sometimes. You know, a lot of people, when they say that, I've found that they tend to mean like the more ketogenic approach, which is like 50 grams or less of net carbs, and that's not what I do. So anyhow, I have a list here of what I do or reasons why I choose high fat, low carb or higher fat, lower carb. And the overall phrase for it all is a smooth operation. It makes intermittent fasting easier. It makes my life easier in energy levels, productivity. So let's get started on this list. So the first one I have is mental clarity. So I get a lot more focused, like super zoned in. It is so interesting. You know, it's like you don't know what you don't know. Before you thought you were doing great, your energy level's fine, no biggie. But when I started doing higher fat, low carb, it was like, wow. Like it was almost like a breakthrough, you know? So mental clarity. Next one is energy. As I'm saying, more energy, more focus, the ability to do that. And that comes with intermittent fasting too. You'll find that, you know, a lot of these are in line with my intermittent fasting and my reasons why I do that too. But this has a couple more special benefits in my experience. So the next one is no blood sugar issues. So as I said in the intermittent fasting video, is I find that with high fat, low carb, I don't have blood sugar crashes like at all. With intermittent fasting, those lower, but they do come about. Like I crave carbs, and if I don't have a carbs in my meal, if I'm like used to having carbs and stuff like that, I don't have carbs in any of the meals or not, like I may feel like lower energy or not satiated, that sort of thing. Which goes to the next one, satiation. Completely full, satisfied with high fat, low carb, and I don't get like these obsessive cravings. It's very much like I eat until I'm satisfied and then move on. Whereas with carbs, I find I eat and I feel motivated to eat even more past satisfaction. I don't feel that motivation with high fat, low carb. So next one, kind of in the line of the same thing. I can go without eating and feel fine if anything comes up. So that's a huge time saver. Let's say I'm working on a project, or, you know, I spend a longer time at an appointment or something like that. That's perfectly fine. Like I could go a few hours, even 2-3 hours after that initial feeling of hunger without eating and not have like moodiness or blood sugar crashes or that sort of thing. No cravings when fasting, less cravings overall. I kind of went over that. It's, you know, sometimes with intermittent fasting, I find that I can get cravings depending on what I eat during my feeding window. So if I do not eat enough fiber, if I don't eat enough fiber, which yes, tends to kind of go hand in hand with carbs, but not all the time. You know, broccoli, yes, it has more carbs, but a lot of it's the fiber carb. Anyhow, so if I eat enough fiber, then I don't have to worry about, or the next day, sorry, lost track. The next day, the cravings are pretty low. That's with intermittent fasting. But with high fat, low carb, I don't even have to really concern myself with fiber. Just keep it, you know, high fat, you know, good amount of protein, and lower carb. And I find that there's like no cravings throughout the fasting window. So that's pretty cool. And last but not least, wake refreshed. So with high fat, low carb, I find that I wake a lot more clear-headed, and just like streamlined. Like that's the overall, that's what I mean when I said smooth operation. Like with high fat, low carb, it's so smooth, you know? it's smooth. And on top of it, intermittent fasting, the two go hand in hand, you know, because intermittent fasting works in the sense that it's suppressing your insulin. Same thing with higher fat, lower carb, you're suppressing your insulin. At the same time, you're eating more satiating foods. For me, it's pretty obvious as to like why that's so compelling. But like I said, that is for me, and I don't know if you'll have the same exact results. A lot of people do say that they do have these same things that I kind of described, but of course you may be an exception for whatever reason. And this has been great.
Hey, so this is another benefit I forgot to mention. I'm a lot more drier when I'm on the high fat, low carb diet. I look a lot leaner, and even though the scale says the same amount, so that's another benefit.
Great, you know, in December last month, I got blood work done for the first time in a while, like a long time, and all my results were well, you know, and I told my doctor exactly what I was doing, intermittent fasting, which he was concerned about due to my past, but intermittent fasting, high fat, low carb, and he's like, yeah, you're doing everything great. Like high fat and lower carb is good, you know. It's better for you than what we typically do. So I don't know. He could have just been saying that, but I feel great. And my blood work was great. So that is my video for today. If you like the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below if you'd like to. If you have any questions, clarification, you want to share your story. I like reading that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.